Well, good morning, or should I say good afternoon? Not sure what the time is. No, it is. It's good afternoon. This is the part 2 of the dumpster dive set. The problem with this unit, if we remember back to part 1, was that the rotary encoder doesn't work. And I have a spare one that we can put in. But the DEFPOM also said that he's had success just gently prizing them apart and retensioning the fingers in them. So we might give that a look. Anyway, we've got the top off the unit here. And I've taken all the screws out of the side panel. So that front panel just comes straight off. And we can see it in its glory here. It's just clipped in, and what we'll need to do is like lever that piece of the PCB out of the road to get it to slide right. But I think before we need to do that, we'll need to take off this rotary encoder button. So let's go do that. Let's just get a screwdriver in under there, just lever it up a little bit. Up, and there we go. Okay, now you might be able to see there's actually a little nut around there holding a washer, and it's pushing the washer into a little V slot. So that's assisting locking the unit from moving. So let's see if we can take that that nut off. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, so now we should be ready to, let's just clear that space up. We should be ready to try and you can see that now we should be able to slide the board across. So let's get in there. Okay. Okay, and there we go. Now you can see that we have the board has started to slide across, so we can keep doing that. And then that should just pop out. There we go. Okay, what is that? Oh. All right, so now we've got the faceplate off. We can see the rotary encoder right here. Now, the drink of the day is a little bit of grapefruit soda. Very refreshing. Okay, so what the DEFPOM did in his video number 506 on his channel, was he lifted these little tabs up and used that to release the top of the unit here, and then got in and did some, basically levered up the wiper contacts that hit the rotary encoder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try that. I have a spare, so it's worth giving it a try. So let's just see if I can get a little knife. What I'm going to do is just get in here and see if I can lift up those tabs. Okay, as you can see, the top has come right off. Okay, so let's just quickly zoom in so that you can see what I'm seeing here. Okay, so here we have the base of the rotary encoder, and here we have the rotary encoder itself, and you have these two wiper contact or three wiper contacts that wipe around the rotary encoder, and then that lets the system set up and read those. So let me just take a quick look at those and see what they look like. They're all pretty much in line, so I don't know if this will have much effect. Now, unlike the one from the 560 episode, mine doesn't have the detente feature on it, so you're not getting that little click. But let's just see if we can get in there and just lift those up a little bit. Okay. Okay, so we did lift them up a little bit. Let's drop this back on and we'll see how, I've forgotten which side the little nugget goes. It goes on the 3-piece side. All right, so let's just slide this back in. And now we should be able to just push those fingers back in a little bit. And push down to hold them in place. Okay. Okay, so we've got that back in there. So let's turn this on and see if we've fixed the issue with it. There. Let's get that back in here. Okay, and then this little key thing is going to just basically sit on top of those keys there. So let's turn it on. Okay, so let me just turn off thing. Well, what do you know? That seems to have fixed the rotary encoder problem. Well, thank you very much, DEFPOM. What we'll do is we'll put this back together and then we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so now we have the display back in place. Let's just turn it on, make sure the buttons work. Okay. Okay. As you can hear, okay. Okay, so I think that they work. Let's get it all back together. Okay, here we are. We're going to boot the device up. There we go. So we're getting Yep, and you can see we're getting the rotary encoder is working. I still don't know if it's great. Yeah. No, see, there we go. I don't think it's working much better than what it was, but I think it's still limited in terms of, like, it's not getting every turn, but it's working pretty much, properly. So we can see the voltages are coming out. Next one will be to get the voltage shunt done, I think, or maybe a 3335A. I don't know. We'll have a look at it. Anyway, I hope you found that interesting. It's fairly simple. Just clean that up and Bob's your uncle. Anyway, catch you later.